Hola a todos. Today's lesson is very important and interesting. Please pay attention to the little differences from your own language, and it is going to be really easy. Can you tell me what the time is? ¿Qué hora es? Yes, to ask someone what the time is, the question is very simple. ¿Qué hora es? In English, we say it is 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock. It means the verb to be will be required here. But which one? Yes, we have learnt in Spanish for to be we have two verbs, ser and estar. So, we are going to see which one we will be using here. If you remember, then in the earlier session we have learned that we use the verb ser to talk about time and to tell about the time. We also learned that for expressing time we make the use of verb. We use the verb ser for is. Part of the question is that what is the time? ¿Qué hora es? Now, use es when referring to 1 o'clock. It is 1 o'clock. Es la una. Use son, the plural conjugation of ser, when we are referring to all other hour except 1 o'clock, because all the hours are plural. Do you remember? Let us revise it, the conjugation of verb ser. Yes, I will read it out, the conjugation again. Ser: yo soy, tú eres, él es, nosotros, nosotras somos, vosotros, vosotras sois, ellos, ellas, ustedes son. So, the two important we will be using here, the conjugations will be the singular, third person singular es and plural son, when we are learning about how to talk and tell time in Spanish. So, now we say it is 2 o'clock. Can you tell me using the plural form of verb ser? Sí, muy bien. We will say son las dos. When we talk about time, we use only the conjugation es and son. It is 1 o'clock, es la una. It is 2 o'clock, son las dos. It is 3 o'clock, son las tres. It is 4 o'clock, son las cuatro. Or it is 12 o'clock, son las 12. You might ask, why do we use or put las before the hours? Let me explain you. Do you remember that in Spanish everything has a gender? You are right, even the time has gender. Time is la hora and the plural will be las horas. So, when we tell es la una, when the hour is singular, we use la una, and when we use son las dos, when the hour is plural, we say las. So, la una becomes las dos because it is plural. So, when we tell the time it is 1 o'clock, the word it, the neutral pronoun, is replaced by the feminine article and placed before the hour, and we say la una es la una, las dos son las dos, las tres son las tres. Now, to add minutes, we put y, the letter E or Y in English, which is a word in itself and means and we say the minute after the hour. For example, yes, now a very important thing that you have learned how to ask something in Spanish, which that you don't know. Yes, from the previous lessons, if you remember, we learned one expression which was ¿Cómo se dice esto en español? We are going to use it. ¿Cómo se dice? It is 10 minutes past 1 en español. How to say? It is 10 minutes past 1 in Spanish. Can you try? Sí, correcto. Es la 1:10. Es la 1:10. Now, ¿cómo se dice? It is 20 minutes past 1 en español. Yes, es la 1:20. You know that we have learned the numbers in the previous lessons. Now, ¿cómo se dice? It is 5 minutes past 2. ¿Cómo se dice? It is 5 minutes past 2. Ojo, be careful. Now, the hour is plural, 2. So, how will you say it? Perfecto. Son las 2:05. So, the minute the hour is plural, the verb form will be plural. Son las 2:05. Now, let us learn another thing. Apart from numbers, we also use half or for 30 minutes and quarter for 15 minutes. So, let us see how to say these words or these expressions in Spanish. ¿Cómo se dice? It is 1:30. Would you like to try? There are two ways to say it. One is es la 1:30 o es la 1:30. Es la 1:30 is it is 1.5 by clock. Yes, the word media is half, which refers to 30 minutes time. Or you can say es la 1:30, it's 1:30 minutes. If it is 15 minutes past 1, we say es la 1:15, es la 1:15, it is 1:15, or we say es la 1:15. Now, if it is 2:30, we say son las 2:30. When it is the past half hour, Spanish speakers will go to the next hour and subtract the time left to reach to the next hour and start the time. For example, if it is 4:40 in Spanish, we will say it is 20 minutes to 5 rather than saying it is 4:40 or 40 minutes past 4. So, there will be son las 5:20. If it is 4:40, then in Spanish we will say son las 5:20. So, menos is less, it is 5 less 20 minutes. Yes, it is 4:40 or 20 minutes to 5 o'clock. Or if it is 10:50, it is going to be son las 11 menos 10. It is 10 minutes to 11. Okay. Times past the half hour you may also use or be expressed using para and o faltar is to lack. We will see how it is. Like faltan 20 para las 5. Like it is 4:40 or it is 20 to 5. Faltan 20 para las 5. Son 10 para las 11. Son 10 para la 11 is it's 10:50 or it is 10 to 11. We use AM and PM to state time, which part of the day we are talking about. As it strikes 2 or 3 or 4 o'clock at night or during daytime, to specify this in Spanish, we use de la mañana in the morning, de la tarde in the afternoon, de la noche in the night, de la madrugada very early in the morning or after midnight, media noche is midnight, mediodía is noon. So, I will repeat this whole expression for your benefit again. De la mañana in the morning, de la tarde in the afternoon or evening, de la noche in the night, de la madrugada very early in the morning or after midnight, media noche is midnight, mediodía is noon. Now, we know to tell time in Spanish. We are ready to start, isn't it? I will give you the time of the day and you are going to tell me that in Spanish. Like it is 1:30 p.m. How do we say? Es la 1:30 de la tarde. Yes, es la 1:30 de la tarde. It is 1:40 a.m. Son las 2 menos 20 de la madrugada. It is 3:15 p.m. Son las 3:15 de la tarde. Son las 3:15 de la tarde. How to say when the clock strikes the exact hour? We use en punto. For example, ¿qué hora es? It is 10 o'clock. Son las 10 en punto. So, it is exactly 10 o'clock. Son las 10 en punto. The expression is en punto. Now, to tell someone at what time something is taking place, we use the sentence es a las, is at, and then state the time. Like we will see that in a small conversation to understand this expression. So, this is conversation between our friend Juan and Marie. Juan says, "Hola Marie," and Marie says, "Hola Juan, ¿qué tal?" Juan, "Todo bien, pero tenemos una reunión hoy, ¿no?" "All fine, but we have a meeting today, isn't it?" Marie, "Sí, pero por la tarde." "Yes, but in the afternoon." Juan, ¿qué hora es? Marie, son las 2 ya. It is already 2 o'clock. Juan, ¿a qué hora es la reunión? At what time the meeting is? Marie says, creo que la reunión es a las 3 de la tarde. I think the meeting is at 3 in the noon. Juan says, entonces te veo más tarde a las 3 en la reunión. Then see you later at 3 in the meeting. I'll read the conversation again for you to understand. Hola Marie. Hola Juan, ¿qué tal? ¿Todo bien? Pero tenemos una reunión hoy, ¿no? Sí, por la tarde. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 2 ya. ¿A qué hora es la reunión? Creo que la reunión es a las 3 de la tarde. Oh, entonces te veo más tarde a las 3 en la reunión. When we talk about the time, we also need to know the timings of various places. timing is known as el horario in Spanish, and we will now learn how to ask and tell what time does a bank or a supermarket or a chemist shop or a library open and close. We know how to ask and tell time, but we need to know few new verbs like open, start, close, etc. to talk about the timings or el horario. The verbs are abrir is to open, cerrar is to close, empezar is to start. We will also learn another verb which is querer is to want or to desire. So, abrir is a regular verb, abrir, abrir is an ir ending verb, whereas cerrar, cerrar, cerrar is to close, and empezar, empezar is to start. These both are irregular, cerrar and empezar. In both of them, the irregularity is similar, that the letter E changes to IE. So, yes, we will look in detail about the irregular verbs and their conjugation patterns in different lessons. However, we will just learn the conjugation of these two verbs to look into the conversations and the expressions, to talk about how we talk about the time, how the supermarkets, banks, etc. open, just to understand that. So, conjugate the verb cerrar is going to be, as I said to you, the first letter, the vowel A is going to be changing to IE, EA. So, it is going to be cierro, cierras, cierra, cerramos, cerráis, cierran. Very right. The irregularity, the pattern we talk about, is not applicable to nosotros and vosotros forms of the conjugation. Yes, any irregularity of the conjugations will not be applicable to nosotros and vosotros verb conjugation forms. So, if you see, in nosotros it is cerramos, not cierramos. Similarly, in vosotros it is cerráis, not cierráis. So, there the vowel E or A in Spanish does not change to EA, it remains A. Let us conjugate empezar then. Empiezo, empiezas, empieza, empezamos, empezáis, empiezan. Yes. So, the vowel A is changing to EA, empiezo, empiezas, empieza, empezamos, empezáis, empiezan. We will also introduce another verb, as I said to you, querer. This is an ER ending verb and is irregular again. So, we will see its conjugation, and it is also from the same family, wherein the vowel E or A in Spanish, A is going to change to EA. So, let us look at the conjugation of all three of this irregular verb which we see. So, querer is to desire or to wish. Yo quiero, tú quieres, él, ella, usted quiere, nosotros, nosotras queremos, vosotros, vosotras queréis, ellos, ellas, ustedes quieren. Now, empezar. Yo empiezo, tú empiezas, él, ella, usted empieza, nosotros, nosotras empezamos, vosotros, vosotras empezáis, ellos, ellas, ustedes empiezan. and we'll look at cerrar as well. Yo cierro, tú cierras, él, ella, usted cierra, nosotros cerramos, vosotros cerráis, ellos, ellas, ustedes cierran. Let us listen to Marie and Juan's conversation where they talk about the timing or the horarios of various places. Marie: Juan, mañana tengo que sacar el dinero del banco. Juan: Tomorrow I need to withdraw cash from the bank. ¿Sabes a qué hora abren los bancos? Do you know what time the banks open? Marie: es que aquí los bancos públicos abren a las 10 de la mañana y cierran a las 4 de la tarde. Marie: the thing is that here the public banks open at 10 a.m. and close at 4 p.m. Marie dice: Vale, ¿y los privados, the private ones, tienen un horario diferente que los públicos? Well, and the private ones have the different timings than the public ones. Juan dice: Sí, los privados abren a la misma hora, a las 10 por la mañana. The private ones as well open at the same time, 10 in the morning, pero cierran más tarde, a las 6 de la tarde. But they close a little later at 6 in the evening. Marie: muchas gracias por la información. Nos vemos mañana en la oficina. Hasta mañana. Marie says: Thank you very much for the information. We'll see you tomorrow in the office. See you tomorrow. Juan dice: Hasta mañana. I'll read the conversation again for you to understand. Marie asks Juan: Juan, mañana tengo que sacar el dinero del banco. ¿Sabes a qué hora abren los bancos, por favor? Juan dice: Marie, es que aquí los bancos públicos abren a las 10 de la mañana y cierran a las 4 de la tarde. Marie: Vale, ¿y los privados tienen un horario diferente que los públicos? Juan dice: Sí, los privados abren a la misma hora que los públicos y a las 10, pero cierran más tarde a las 6 de la tarde. Marie: muchas gracias por la información. Nos vemos mañana en la oficina. Hasta mañana. Juan: hasta mañana. Here are some useful time expressions that we needed when we talked about time, like por la mañana, in the morning, where the time is not going to be very specific, no specific time. For example, we'll see, tenemos la clase de yoga por la mañana. We have yoga class in the morning. Mucha gente pasean en el parque o jardín por la mañana. Many people walk in the park or garden in the morning. Whereas the expression de la mañana, in the morning, again, but the time with a specific time. For example, tenemos clase de yoga a las 5 de la mañana. We have yoga class at 5 in the morning. So here the time is, we are specifying the time. Another example we will look at, Juan come su almuerzo a las 2 de la tarde. Juan eats his lunch or meal at 2 in the afternoon. Similarly, the expression por la tarde, no specific time, is in the evening or afternoon. For example, tenemos clase de música por la tarde. We have music class in the afternoon. Another example we will look at, Hoy por la tarde vamos al cine. Today evening, yes, hoy the word is today. Hoy por la tarde, today evening, we are going to the cinema. I'll read out the expressions again which we did and few more for your benefit. However, the other expression which I will be reading out for you today, we will learn those more in detail and with examples in future lessons when we learn to use the past future tenses and the expressions, because they refer to the different time. The expressions are por la mañana, in the morning, de la mañana, in the morning, por la tarde, in the afternoon or evening, de la tarde, in the afternoon and evening, por la noche, in the evening or night, de la noche, in the evening or night, mañana por la mañana, tomorrow morning, pasado mañana, day after tomorrow, ayer, yesterday, anoche, last night, el lunes que viene, next Monday, la semana que viene, next week, el año que viene, next year, el lunes pasado, last Monday, la semana pasada, last week, a mediodía is at noon, a medianoche is at midnight, alrededor de is around, durante el día is during the day, a tiempo is on time, en punto is exactly or on the dot, temprano, early, tarde, late. That's it for today. Eso es todo para hoy. Hope you liked it, and we shall meet in the next session with new and interesting lessons to learn. Until then, hasta pronto, adiós, chao.